example. So a lot of things changed based on that early advantage. Will we see the Varus? That is the question. A set ban, I think, is also a great option here.
4 seconds. You can tell they are definitely considering changing up their ban, but it will not be changed. Varus will be banned here. The one difference here in the first bans is that the win rate was when we last saw it up here on the screen. So set goes through. So if Freaka say, well, if you don't want to play set, I guess we'll take it here second.
Yeah, that was another option to take instead of the Renekton. So now your jungler pick is so important for Live Sandbox. You need a jungler that can pair up with Renekton CC, do that follow-up damage. Diana, you know, in the early, which is extremely potent,
yeah,
but
it's a lot of great ultimates on their side.
But with great power comes great responsibility, Valdez, and a lot to put Fly, to put under Fly's belt here.
Yeah, and also you don't necessarily want to blind pick it into the top side. So if Freaka actually will take away the Lee Sin, you were expecting Keen to hop onto that one.
Yeah, 100%. Fly's going to be on the set again. And this composition makes sense. The one outlier for this comp for Afrika is the Rumble pick, because there is not that much great follow-up for the Equalizer. There's not a lot of great setup outside of the Nautilus for it either. The Silas will actually...
We are living in an anime.
11.12, 1 and 10 now.
The Sandbox is late, but they're still gonna wait to lay this one back away. They're actually gonna just take down Fate. He goes in and dies, and now Fly is gonna easily haymake and tank that one up as Dread will mosey on down to the Dragon. Take this one down without much of a hitch. Although Effort is gonna try to make a play here. Leo is going to ultimate away. Killer retreat on that one as the teleport now is getting in onto Lehens. The damage is here as Fly going for the follow-up engage takes down Effort, and that is a huge burst. And Summit, he's trying to frontline, but he's not tanky right now. He's gonna have to back away from that one. So a 2-for-1 and the Dragon in favor of Afrika.
Afrika with such a massive lead now, and this is exactly what I was afraid of for Live Sandbox. You look for the fight, but you can't take it. And this is such a scary play to try to make right now.
Here you go.
Just gonna toss a ward in. Very calm. Not gonna fight. Summit, what are you doing over here?
Yeah, he's a little bit caught. He's gonna use that second dash to get over the wall, but not before he takes a huge amount of damage. Now trying to kite this one out. They have the Diana coming down. They absolutely want to get in here. Nice buffer on the dredge line, but it might not matter as the rend damage is massive. It was like 20 rends into that guy.
It was definitely
to get over the wall, but not before he takes a huge amount of damage. Now trying to kite this one out. They have the Diana coming down. They absolutely want to get in here. Nice buffer on the dredge line, but it might not matter as the rend damage is massive. It was like 20 rends into that guy.
It was definitely, I thought, as well as it could have been handled by Lehens regardless there with the buffer as you mentioned, but that's a nice kill back here. Plates have faded away, so it's not going to be any extra gold going over to Print.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to find whatever angle they can possibly get, but at this point in time, it's a little bit difficult. Effort, he didn't know what was on the other side of that wall. He's trying to survive here with the Unbreakable Will, but the damage is just too much. And without an Alistair, good luck having a front line. Good luck trying to engage onto this. Everything on the side of Afrika is still available.
Yeah, just because you have 2 control wards in that
into a fight.
Yeah, Diana wanted to go back and upgrade boots. She's gonna have to stay here now.
Okay, well, Summit just pushes a little bit too far forward, gets kicked into 2 members. This is what happens when you have zero vision, is you always have to either here. Not sure about this one, Keen, trying to turn this one around, but actually ends up baiting them into a really big equalizer. A lot of Live Sandbox just out of this one. They're trying to get into the back line. That is a big Diana ultimate, but is it going to matter is the question, as Leo will survive. Fate desperate to try to take him down. As Prince here jumping around, but that's not going to be enough either. This is going to be a clean ace to the side of Afrika, as Spy will put the last punch, the last nail in the coffin for this game.
There's just no follow-up damage, you know? When the engage comes through, you don't have anything. I mean, look at the items here for Krako. He's got a Codex. and a rocket belt, so even when he hits the moonfall, it's not amazing. And this was actually a really great play from Keen. It looks overzealous at the moment when he does it, but he actually has the safeguard out. And what he's done is he's been able to identify the front line as overextended, and he can separate Summit from the squishy backline. So when this fight happens here, imagine if there's a Dominus on top of this. There isn't, though. There isn't any follow-up damage. Prince is trying to do what he can. Extremely low range here in the back part of this fight. But once the Renekton's gone, there just isn't anything that can stick on top of the Moonfall to write home about. You know,
Well, I suppose they got the equalizer out of Rumble, which will be up in the next 15 seconds. But it's about as good as you're going to do down 12,000 gold.
if you stay any longer, too, Fly engages and you get wiped and lose the game. But because you couldn't do that and you walk away, you're still losing the game slowly here. Like I said, no options really for Live Sandbox anymore. 11,000 gold down. The walls are closing in. Feels like a game 3 is on the horizon.
Yeah. Here we go. Fly's going to find the Renekton. Nice stun on the front line. And in goes Leo for the assassination. Going to take down the Croc. Effort desperately trying to help his team here, but he cannot do that. Afrika going to take the lives of 2, basically for free. And they should just move into the mid lane and take down this game.
Very clean game here from Afrika. Not the back and forth we saw in game 1. Not the close, tense, non-stop team fighting. Unfortunately, Silas and the Renekton.
Yeah, Summit decides that, okay, I'll take the bullet for you. And it's not going to save his life anyway, as Mr. President will go down. As here will be the turrets that get taken down as well, and that's going to be the Nexus falling here 26 minutes into the game, as Afrika at no point in this one felt any unsafety, as they will secure it and bring us to a game number 3.
No pressure on them whatsoever. The Diana, the Renekton, the Silas, these 3 champions that can give you such a massive tempo lead, fell behind early. And a Rumble that was given so much gold early on never was in a position of pressure. You mentioned he's not that tanky, but Afrika took the leads they had, the advantages they had, and turned them into really big vision control points around the map, especially around objectives. So there was never a moment where you could really even get caught as Afrika because you had all the knowledge of where everyone was at any time. And Silas was never even in prio in mid, so you always kind of knew where he was just because he was catching minion waves under turret half the game. And this was not the way the draft that Live Sandbox put together was supposed to go. Afrika dying, and Keen leads the damage at 19,000.1. Actually surprised he's above Dread here, who had such a fantastic game on the Rumble.
Keen just doing crazy things.
들어가지 말고.
야 칼리 미드 미드 셀프만 하자.
아, 얘네 다 노플이야. 레넥도 노플이야 이번에. 다 노플래시다.
얘들아 이거 사일러스 소식에 있다.
아,
얘들아 그랩 하는 거 하나 포커스 해줘. 내가 그랩
나도
하도.
레넥 노플.
레넥 조금 밀어내. 사일. 레넥.
아, 나이스.
야 잡자.
몸 좀 해줄래? 나 아래 거부터.
아래. 아 끝났어.
야, CF 먹어.
지표 올려.
CF 먹어. 나 CF 먹을게.